The Nine Realms, from Asgard to Helheim. Part 1. Asgard. Home of the gods, but how golden is it really? Asgard, the glorious realm of the Aesir gods, often depicted with shining golden halls and an aura of invincibility, is far more complex than its shimmering facade suggests. Its very existence is predicated on a delicate balance of power, alliances, and constant vigilance against threats from other realms. The golden glow, while certainly a symbol of prosperity and divine power, also masks underlying tensions and vulnerabilities that challenge its purported perfection. This realm, for all its splendor, is constantly in a state of preparedness for conflict, a stark contrast to an idyllic paradise. The magnificent architecture of Valhalla, Odin's grand hall for fallen warriors, and the rainbow bridge Bifrost connecting Asgard to Midgard stand as testaments to the gods' might and engineering prowess. Yet these structures also represent their responsibilities and the sacrifices demanded to maintain order. Every feast in Valhalla is a somber reminder of those who died defending Asgard, and the Bifrost, while a pathway, is also a vulnerable entry point for enemies. The constant training and martial culture are not just for sport, they are essential for survival in a harsh cosmic landscape. The internal politics of Asgard are as intricate and often treacherous as any mortal court. Disputes between gods, jealousy, and conflicting ambitions frequently threaten to unravel the unity that is crucial for their survival. While Odin reigns as the Allfather, his authority is not always absolute, and powerful figures like Thor and Loki, with their vastly different approaches to governance and problem-solving, contribute to a dynamic and sometimes chaotic environment. These internal struggles highlight that even among gods, personal flaws and moral ambiguities exist, challenging the notion of inherent divine goodness. The gods' endless quest for wisdom, power, and the deferral of Ragnarok, the prophesied end of days, permeates every aspect of Asgardian life. Odin's eye, sacrificed for knowledge, and Mimir's well, guarding ancient secrets, symbolize the immense value placed on insight and understanding. However, this pursuit often comes with a heavy cost, involving difficult choices and even betrayals. The weight of foreknowledge, particularly regarding their ultimate demise, casts a long shadow over their golden existence, reminding them of their own mortality despite their divinity. Asgard's relationships with other realms are rarely peaceful. Jotunheim, the land of the giants, is a perennial adversary, leading to countless battles and a deep-seated animosity. Even alliances, such as those with the light elves of Alfheim, are often strategic rather than born of pure camaraderie. This intricate web of alliances and enmities means Asgard is always on guard, its golden gates more like the walls of a fortress than a welcoming home. The beauty of Asgard is often tempered by the harsh realities of its cosmic neighborhood. The prosperity of Asgard, often attributed to the gods' inherent power, also relies on resources and tributes from other realms, sometimes acquired through less than benevolent means. The treasures crafted by the Dwarves of Svartalfheim, for example, are highly valued, but the relationship between the Aesir and the Dwarves is complex, tinged with both admiration and exploitation. This dependency further illustrates that Asgard's opulence is not entirely self-generated, but woven into the broader, often contentious tapestry of the Nine Realms. Even the most revered figures in Asgard, like Odin, are not without their darker aspects. His ruthlessness in maintaining power, his deceptions, and his willingness to sacrifice others for his grand vision demonstrate that the gods operate in shades of gray rather than pure white. These moral compromises are essential to their survival, but they chip away at the idealized image of perfect, benevolent deities, revealing the harsh pragmatism necessary for ruling a realm. The concept of honor and glory, so central to Asgardian culture, often glorifies warfare and sacrifice. While it breeds brave warriors, it also perpetuates a cycle of conflict that can be destructive. The pursuit of fame and a glorious death in battle can overshadow the quieter virtues of peace and creation, highlighting a fundamental tension within their society. This ethos, while powerful, contributes to the constant state of readiness for war. Ultimately, Asgard, for all its golden grandeur, is a realm constantly battling external threats and internal divisions. It is a world of immense power and beauty, but also of profound responsibilities, ethical dilemmas, and the inescapable shadow of an apocalyptic future. The gold of Asgard is not merely decorative. It is the hardened metal of a fortress perpetually preparing for war, reflecting a reality far grittier than its shining surface suggests. Part 2. Midgard. Why is the human world the center? Midgard, the realm of humanity, often appears to be a small, insignificant world in the vast cosmic tapestry of the 9 realms. Yet it holds a unique and profoundly central position. This centrality is not merely geographical, as it is situated at the heart of Yggdrasil, the world tree, but deeply existential and symbolic. The struggles, triumphs, and very essence of human existence resonate throughout the other realms, acting as a crucial fulcrum for the cosmic balance and the unfolding of destiny. The gods of Asgard, particularly Odin, have a vested interest in Midgard's fate. Humanity's belief and devotion are not just comforting. They are a source of spiritual energy that, in some interpretations, bolsters the Aesir's power and influence. The ongoing battle against the forces of chaos and destruction, embodied by giants and other monstrous beings, often plays out on Midgardian soil, making humanity unwitting allies in the larger cosmic war. The decisions and actions of mortals, though seemingly small, have ripple effects across the entire tree. Midgard serves as a bridge between the divine and the chthonic realms, a neutral ground where disparate forces occasionally converge. Its placement at the heart of Yggdrasil means it is touched by the roots stretching to Niflheim and the branches reaching to Asgard. This unique positioning makes it a crossroads for various magical energies and entities, a place where the veil between worlds is often thinnest, allowing for interactions and interventions from beings of other realms. The human capacity for free will, creation, and destruction makes Midgard a dynamic and unpredictable element in the cosmic order. Unlike the more rigid societies of other realms, humanity's constant evolution and diverse moral compass introduce an element of chaos and innovation that can both threaten and save the larger structure. The gods often watch human endeavors with a mixture of fascination, frustration, and occasional admiration, recognizing the powerful, if unpredictable, force that humanity represents. Prophecies, particularly those concerning Ragnarok, frequently hinge on events occurring in Midgard or involve human participation. The fate of the gods themselves is intrinsically linked to the fate of humanity. This profound interconnectedness suggests that humanity is not merely a passive observer, but an active participant in the grand cosmic narrative, a pivotal piece in the unfolding drama of creation and destruction. The future of all realms often hangs in the balance of human choices. The emotional depth and complexity of human experience, love, loss, courage, fear, hope, and despair, are powerful forces that resonate outwards. These raw, visceral emotions provide a stark contrast to the often stoic or purely power-driven motivations of gods and giants. The human spirit, with its resilience and capacity for both great good and great evil, offers a unique perspective and moral dimension that is absent in the more singular-focused realms. Midgard also acts as a crucible for new ideas and innovations, both technological and philosophical. While other realms might possess ancient magic or advanced craftsmanship, humanity's relentless drive to understand, invent, and adapt makes it a constant source of change. This dynamism can be a catalyst for cosmic events, sometimes inadvertently, and sometimes by direct influence, affecting the balance of power and knowledge throughout the 9 realms. The gods, despite their power, often exhibit very human traits and flaws, making Midgard a mirror for their own nature. Their interactions with humanity often reveal more about the gods themselves than about the mortals they encounter. Through their observations of humanity, the gods are forced to confront aspects of their own morality, their duties, and their ultimate purpose, making Midgard a profound learning ground for the divine. Ultimately, Midgard's centrality is a testament to the powerful, if often overlooked, significance of humanity. It is not just a stage for cosmic dramas, but an active player, a source of vital energy, unpredictable innovation, and profound emotional resonance. The human world, though small, is the beating heart of Yggdrasil, pulsing with a life that influences and shapes the destiny of all the 9 realms, making it undeniably the true center. Part 3. Jotunheim. Are giants really enemies or teachers? Jotunheim, the harsh and unforgiving land of the giants, is traditionally cast as the realm of Asgard's sworn enemies. Tales abound of battles, trickery, and the constant threat posed by these colossal beings to the Aesir and Midgard. However, a deeper look reveals that the giants are far more than mere antagonists. They are complex figures, embodying primal forces of nature, ancient wisdom, and serving, perhaps inadvertently, as formidable teachers and catalysts for growth for the gods and humanity alike. The giants, often referred to as Jotun, are beings of immense strength, cunning, and ancient magic, representing the chaotic, untamed aspects of the cosmos. Their very existence predates the Aesir, suggesting a connection to primordial forces that the gods, in their pursuit of order, often seek to control or suppress. This fundamental difference in their nature, chaos versus order, is the root of much of their conflict, but it also means they hold knowledge of the earliest days of creation. Despite the animosity, there are numerous instances of intermarriage and alliances between giants and gods, blurring the lines of absolute enmity. Loki, perhaps the most prominent example, is himself a Jotun, whose complex nature and actions profoundly shape the destinies of both realms. These relationships, whether through love or manipulation, demonstrate that the giants are not always singular-minded villains, but integral parts of the cosmic family, albeit often rebellious ones. The giants often act as formidable challengers, forcing the gods to grow, innovate, and confront their own limitations. Every conflict with a giant, whether physical or intellectual, pushes the Aesir to hone their skills, deepen their understanding of magic, and forge stronger bonds of unity. Without the constant threat from Jotunheim, Asgard might become complacent, stagnating in its golden halls. The giants, therefore, serve as essential sparring partners in the cosmic arena. Many sources of ancient wisdom and powerful artifacts originate in Jotunheim. Mimir, the wise being whose head Odin keeps for counsel, is associated with the giants, and his well holds immeasurable knowledge. The giants possess lore and magic that even the Aesir often seek, highlighting their role as custodians of ancient secrets that transcend the gods' more recent dominion. This makes them sources of profound learning, not just destructive power. The very landscape of Jotunheim, with its icy mountains and deep forests, reflects the formidable nature of its inhabitants. It is a realm of raw, untamed power, a mirror to the chaotic forces that were present before the structured order of the Aesir. Experiencing this environment, or interacting with its inhabitants, teaches humility and respect for the primal forces that underpin all existence, reminding even the gods of their place in the universe. The giants, in their long existence, have witnessed the ebb and flow of cosmic ages, carrying with them a perspective that extends far beyond the lifespan of the Aesir. Their sagas and myths often contain echoes of creation and destruction that predate the current order, offering insights into the cyclical nature of existence. This deep historical memory makes them unwitting historians and philosophers for those willing to listen. While often depicted as physically imposing and brutish, many giants display immense cunning, magical prowess, and even artistic skill. Their intelligence is not to be underestimated, and their trickery can be as dangerous as their physical might. This intellectual challenge further elevates them beyond simple monsters, making them worthy adversaries who force their opponents to think strategically and creatively. Ultimately, the giants of Jotunheim are far more than mere enemies. They are ancient forces, complex beings, and vital components of the cosmic balance. They serve as catalysts for growth, custodians of ancient wisdom, and necessary adversaries who challenge the status quo. Their existence forces the gods to confront their own limitations and to develop, making them, in a profound sense, both antagonists and indispensable teachers in the grand narrative of the Nine Realms. Part 4. Alfheim. What secrets do the Light Elves hide? Alfheim, the radiant realm of the Light Elves, is often portrayed as a place of breathtaking beauty, bathed in perpetual sunlight and inhabited by beings of ethereal grace and profound magical ability. Ruled by the Vanir god Freyr, this realm appears idyllic, a sanctuary of art, music, and nature's harmony. However, beneath this shimmering surface of light and beauty, the Light Elves hold secrets and possess an influence far more subtle and potent than their gentle demeanor might suggest. The Light Elves, or Ljósálfar, are masters of illusion and enchantment, their magic deeply intertwined with the natural world and the very essence of light. While their spells are often used for benevolent purposes, their mastery also implies a profound understanding of manipulation and deception. Their ability to weave intricate glamours and illusions means that what one perceives in Alfheim might not always be the true reality, hinting at a hidden depth to their seemingly transparent existence. Their close connection to nature and their long lifespans grant them access to ancient knowledge about the world tree, Yggdrasil, and its intricate energies. They understand the subtle flows of magic between realms and the delicate balance of life that sustains all existence. This wisdom is rarely shared freely, guarded closely within their serene society, making them silent custodians of powerful, fundamental truths about the cosmos. The Light Elves, despite their apparent passivity in major conflicts, are not entirely detached from the affairs of other realms. Their influence often manifests indirectly, through the subtle guidance of natural forces or through the crafting of magical artifacts imbued with their unique enchantments. They are masters of the unseen hand, capable of shifting outcomes without ever drawing a sword, making their interventions both powerful and difficult to trace. Their beauty and charm are legendary, capable of captivating mortals and even gods. This allure, while seemingly benign, can be a potent tool of persuasion and control. Tales suggest that those who become too enamored with the light elves might find themselves subtly bound to their will, or lost in the enchanting mists of Alfheim, hinting at a manipulative side beneath their graceful facade. Their power lies not in overt force, but in enchantment and subtle influence. The light elves also possess a profound connection to dreams and inspiration. It is believed that they often visit mortals in their sleep, whispering ideas and artistic visions, or sometimes even planting seeds of doubt or despair. This ability to influence the subconscious minds of others makes them powerful, if hidden, shapers of culture and belief across the realms, particularly in Midgard. Their impact is often felt, rather than seen. Their history, while less documented than that of the Aesir or Jotun, likely holds ancient tales of alliances, conflicts, and pivotal moments that shaped the current cosmic order. The Light Elves are old beings, their memories stretching back to the dawn of time, and the secrets they guard could potentially unravel established narratives or reveal hidden truths about the very foundations of the Nine Realms. The serene and isolated nature of Alfheim suggests a deliberate choice to remain separate from the more turbulent affairs of other realms. This self-imposed isolation, while contributing to their enigmatic aura, could also be a strategic move to protect their unique knowledge and magical abilities from misuse or exploitation by other, more aggressive powers. Their peace is a choice, and perhaps a weapon. In essence, the Light Elves of Alfheim are far more than just beautiful, benevolent beings. They are ancient, powerful, and secretive masters of enchantment and natural magic, whose influence flows through the cosmos in unseen currents. Their secrets are not those of hidden treasures or dark prophecies, but of fundamental truths about existence, consciousness, and the subtle art of shaping destiny from the shadows of light. Part 5. Svartalfheim, Dwarves, Gold, and Cursed Treasures. Svartalfheim, the subterranean realm of the Dwarves, or Dark Elves as they are sometimes called, is a place of profound artistry, intricate craftsmanship, and immense wealth. Carved deep within the earth, it is a maze of caverns, workshops, and glittering veins of precious metals and gems. While the dwarves are celebrated for their unmatched skill in forging magical artifacts and jewelry, their realm is also steeped in the complex interplay of greed, ambition, and the dangerous allure of cursed treasures. The dwarves are unparalleled masters of metallurgy and gem cutting, capable of crafting objects of incredible beauty and power. Mjolnir, Gungnir, Draupnir, and Skidbladnir are just a few examples of the legendary items that owe their existence to dwarven hands. Their workshops are places of intense heat and ceaseless activity, where raw earth is transformed into divine tools and adornments. This craftsmanship is their lifeblood, their pride, and their source of power. However, this mastery comes with a dark side. The dwarves' insatiable desire for gold and precious materials often leads them to delve ever deeper into the earth, unearthing not only wealth, but also ancient evils and forgotten curses. Their constant mining can disturb primordial forces, and their single-minded pursuit of riches sometimes blinds them to the spiritual consequences of their actions, leading to the creation of objects imbued with dangerous energies. Many of the most famous dwarven creations, while powerful, are also tied to tragic fates or possess inherent curses. The ring Andvaranot, crafted by Andvari, brought ruin to all who possessed it. Even seemingly benevolent items can carry a subtle weight, reflecting the often complex motivations and occasional moral ambiguities of their creators. This duality of magnificent creation and inherent danger is a hallmark of Svartalfheim. The dwarves themselves are a secretive and often suspicious people, fiercely protective of their craft and their wealth. They're known for their strong work ethic, their stubbornness, and their grudges. While they can be loyal allies to those who earn their respect, they are equally capable of intricate deceptions and vengeful acts when wronged. Their society, though highly organized, is often driven by rivalries and a deep-seated possessiveness. Their subterranean existence has shaped them, making them comfortable in the dark and masters of the earth's hidden resources. They understand the language of stone and metal, and their connection to the earth is profound, albeit in a material sense. This deep connection allows them to draw power directly from the ground, further enhancing their crafting abilities and their resilience in their underground domain. The accumulation of vast hoards of gold and gems is central to dwarven culture, representing not only wealth but also status and power. These hoards are meticulously guarded, often by magical wards and complex traps, reflecting their paranoia and their understanding of the corrupting influence of avarice. The treasures of Svartalfheim are both a blessing and a burden, attracting both admirers and thieves from across the realms. Relationships between dwarves and other races, particularly the Aesir, are often transactional. The gods frequently commission powerful items, offering payment or favors in return. While these exchanges can be mutually beneficial, they are also fraught with tension, as the dwarves are shrewd negotiators and resent being taken for granted. Their skills are valuable, and they know their worth, often driving hard bargains. Ultimately, Svartalfheim is a realm of profound contrasts: brilliant creation and dark corruption, unmatched skill and deep-seated greed, immense wealth and dangerous curses. The dwarves, with their unparalleled craftsmanship, are vital to the cosmos, yet their obsession with gold and their subterranean existence imbue their creations and their realm with an inherent sense of danger and mystery. Their treasures glitter not just with light, but with the shadows of ancient secrets and powerful curses. Part 6. Helheim. Is it truly a land of shadows? Helheim, the realm presided over by the goddess Hel, daughter of Loki, is widely perceived as a cold, desolate land of shadows and despair, the final resting place for those who die of sickness, old age, or any death not glorious enough for Valhalla. Its name itself evokes images of darkness and gloom, a place of no return where souls languish in perpetual twilight. However, this common perception, while not entirely inaccurate, often oversimplifies a realm that holds a more nuanced and essential role in the cosmic order, beyond mere punishment or suffering. Indeed, Helheim is characterized by its chill and dimness, a stark contrast to the vibrant life of Midgard or the golden splendor of Asgard. The river Joel, icy and swift, often acts as a barrier, and the gates to Helheim are formidable, guarded by the monstrous dog Garmr. This oppressive atmosphere contributes to its reputation as a place of sorrow, designed to emphasize the finality and often quiet regret of its inhabitants, who are not heroes or villains, but simply those who have passed on without a grand narrative. However, Helheim is not a place of active torment or eternal damnation in the Christian sense. While the souls there are separated from the living and cannot return, they are not typically subjected to torture. Instead, they reside in a state of quiet existence, a reflection of their unremarkable lives or deaths. Their suffering, if any, often comes from the cold and the endless gray, a sense of resignation rather than active pain. It is a place of cessation, not retribution. Hel, the ruler of this realm, is a formidable and often misunderstood deity, half beautiful, half corpse, She embodies the duality of life and death, decay and stasis. Her rule is absolute within her domain, and she is fiercely protective of her subjects. Her stern demeanor is often interpreted as cruelty, but it can also be seen as an unwavering commitment to maintaining order within her realm, ensuring that the dead remain distinct from the living. Helheim plays a crucial role in maintaining the balance of life and death in the 9 realms. It prevents the living world from being overwhelmed by returning spirits and ensures that the cycle of existence continues. Without a designated place for the majority of the dead, the cosmos would descend into chaos, making Helheim a necessary, if somber, component of Yggdrasil's intricate system. It is a necessary repository. While generally a place of no return, there are rare instances where living beings, often gods, venture into Helheim, usually to retrieve a soul or gain forbidden knowledge. These perilous journeys highlight the realm's status as a repository of the past, a place where secrets are preserved and where the wisdom of the departed, however quiet, might still be found, if one is brave enough to seek it. The very concept of a separate realm for those who die unheroically challenges the Asgardian glorification of battle and a warrior's death. Helheim provides an alternative, suggesting that not all deaths need to be spectacular or celebrated. It recognizes the quiet dignity in a natural ending, offering a final rest to the vast majority of humanity and other beings who simply run their course. The existence of Helheim also highlights the limits of divine power. Even Odin, the Allfather, cannot command Hel to release her dead, as demonstrated by the attempts to retrieve Balder. This immutable law of the dead underscores the fundamental forces that govern the cosmos, forces even the gods must respect, demonstrating Helheim's power and autonomy within the grand scheme. Ultimately, Helheim is more than just a shadowy land. It is a fundamental pillar of the cosmic order, a place of necessary separation, quiet repose, and the unwavering rule of an enigmatic goddess. While it may lack the golden splendor of Asgard, it holds its own profound significance, representing the natural end of all life, and serving as a chilling reminder of the cyclical nature of existence that transcends even divine power. Part 7. The Cosmic Map. How do the realms mirror human fears? The intricate cosmic map of the 9 realms, interconnected by the mighty Yggdrasil, is far more than a geographical representation of different worlds. It is a profound psychological landscape, a mirroring of human fears, anxieties, and the deepest existential questions that plague mortal minds. Each realm, with its distinct characteristics and inhabitants, personifies an aspect of the human psyche, reflecting the internal battles and external threats that shape our experience. Asgard, the glorious home of the gods, embodies humanity's yearning for order, protection, and a benevolent, all-powerful presence. It represents our desire for certainty, justice, and a structured world where virtue is rewarded. However, the constant threat of Ragnarok and the internal conflicts among the gods also mirror our fear of betrayal, the fragility of even the strongest institutions, and the ultimate, inescapable nature of destruction. Midgard, our own realm, is the embodiment of human struggle, resilience, and the relentless pursuit of meaning. It represents our fundamental existence, our capacity for both great good and profound evil, and our constant battle against the forces of nature and chaos. The threats from other realms that often spill into Midgard reflect our deep-seated fears of the unknown, of invasion, and of the precariousness of our place in the universe. Jotunheim, the land of giants, personifies humanity's fear of the primal, untamed forces of nature and the overwhelming power of the monstrous unknown. It represents the chaotic elements that lie beyond our control, the destructive potential within the natural world, and perhaps within ourselves. The giants also mirror our fear of the other, those who are different and often seen as inherently threatening simply by their nature. Alfheim, with its ethereal beauty and subtle magic of the light elves, taps into our fear of the unseen, the manipulative power of illusion, and the vulnerability of our minds to enchantment. It reflects our anxiety about being deceived, about losing our autonomy to forces we don't fully comprehend, and the unsettling thought that what appears beautiful might hide a deeper, more manipulative agenda. Svartalfheim, the dwarven realm of craftsmen and cursed treasures, embodies our profound fear of greed and the corrupting influence of unchecked ambition. It represents the dangerous allure of material wealth, the moral compromises made in its pursuit, and the idea that even the most beautiful creations can carry a hidden cost or a powerful curse. It mirrors our internal struggle with avarice and the consequences of obsession. Helheim, the cold, dim land of the dead, directly confronts our ultimate fear, mortality. It embodies the fear of the unknown after death, the anxiety of oblivion, and the quiet dread of an unremarkable end. It represents the separation from loved ones, the finality of existence, and the chilling realization that not all lives or deaths are granted heroic narratives or a glorious afterlife. The world tree, Yggdrasil itself, as the cosmic map, mirrors humanity's search for connection, understanding, and the desire to grasp the larger picture. It reflects our hope for a meaningful order to the universe, but also our fear of disconnection, of being lost, and the profound anxiety that the grand structure upholding everything might itself be vulnerable to decay and destruction. The concept of Ragnarok, the prophesied end of the world, is the ultimate mirror of humanity's most profound existential fear, total annihilation. It represents the fear of a definitive, unavoidable end, not just for individuals but for an entire civilization, a universe. It encompasses fears of cosmic cataclysm, the breakdown of order, and the ultimate futility of all effort in the face of an inevitable, overwhelming force. The constant tension and interplay between the realms, the shifting alliances, and the ongoing battles reflect the internal conflicts and moral dilemmas that humanity faces daily. Each realm acts as a psychological archetype, providing a rich, symbolic framework for understanding the complex spectrum of human fears, hopes, and the eternal quest to find meaning in a vast and often terrifying cosmos.